Never seen him out with women. When he stayed here occasionally, he's never brought a woman here.
Did you suspect this at all?
No! I was blown away. Like, blown away.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for choosing to hang out with your host, the Conservative Bird, and me, Double D. And you're on the Brick Road Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. We really appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out. Also, if you could, please make sure to hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, and smash the notification. It's the quick, easy, and free way to help the channel grow as big as possible. So, Double D, we got some unexpected news. Top billionaire Democrat donor Stephen Klubeck has flipped from Democrat to Republican. Well, actually, he's not necessarily a Republican, but he's a donor for the Republicans now in lieu of this Eric Swalwell political hit job.
Yeah, it's quite the dilemma for Eric Swalwell right now. He's got himself caught up in a little bit of a conundrum that he can't get himself out of, that's for sure.
I feel like this is his fault. This is karma biting him in the ass for saying that all women are victims and we need to believe all women. And like I said last time, I think Eric Swalwell, by his words, by his admission, he needs to, number one, turn himself in. Number two, tell the judge his admission of guilt. And number three, tell the judge he wants the maximum sentence possible because that's the right thing to do in his eyes.
Yeah, well, according to everything he's been saying since as long as I can remember him being around saying anything, he's pretty much said that we have to believe what is said.
Right.
That we have to assume that they're telling the truth, even if they're not. And now he's in a situation in which he's got over 50 accusations since 2011.
Right.
So this has been no secret for a long time.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? I mean, everybody is known. They just keep burying it under the rug. And now it's caught up with him and it's biting him on the ass. And like you said, political hit job. I mean, that really, right now, that's what he's at. They want to get rid of him. And one of the reasons why, you got two Republicans who are actually leading the primary race right now. And he's in third place. And they know that they know that he can't beat Steve Hilton is what I think what it really comes down to.
Okay.
Isn't it Steve Hilton that's in first place?
Yes, I believe you are correct. We can look into that in a little bit. I believe you are correct on the name, though. But yeah, I don't disagree with that. He, to me, he's a soft Democrat. He comes off as, I don't know how to word it, like he's like this big macho man, but he's really, you could tell he's just like a chump, you know? But back to who we're talking about, though, Stephen Klubeck. So if you guys don't know who Stephen Klubeck is, he is an American businessman who is the founder, former chairman, and chief executive officer of a timeshare company called Diamond Resorts. Diamond Resorts, in 2005, he also ran for California, but he dropped out 6 months before the primaries. So this dude sold, I believe, Diamond Resorts, I want to say for $1.4 billion, including the debt that it had before, so what it is they took on their debt and he got paid out. He got paid out $1.4 billion for his company. So then he also became on the board for U.S. corporations for travel promotions. He stepped down as chairman of Diamond Resorts when the company was purchased, and they were purchased by Apollo. So just going to show you, this guy is a true billionaire. Like, this isn't somebody who, might have $1 billion. We don't know. This is somebody who we know got paid $1.4 billion when it was all said and done for their company.
He's basically a credible guy with a credible past, despite his business failures, which turned into successes. He was able to flip that around. But the bottom line is he used to be a huge Democrat, contributor, and those days are over. And that's all thanks to Eric Swalwell for the Democrats.
Thank you, Eric Swalwell. We appreciate that. So he has a lot to say. And I haven't really, we listened to it earlier. I didn't really pay much attention to it. So But I heard in his voice, he seemed like he's about business right now. Like he's just telling you really what he thinks and what comes from his heart.
Yeah, let that clip roll, Bert. I think he says it best.
I guess first off, your initial reaction to everything that's happened since Friday.
I'm look, I live in the world of telling the truth, and I'm disappointed. I'm shocked. I'm beyond disappointed. Yeah,
I don't understand what he's so shocked about.
Yeah, I was about to say, I understand him being disappointed, but this has been Swallow's behavior has been pretty consistent.
It's documented.
It's well documented at this point. So, I mean, I think maybe he didn't know. Maybe he genuinely just didn't know. I mean, they did a pretty good job of keeping it under the rug.
Yeah,
they really did.
at this point, we expect people in Congress and in our political world to tell the truth. And our people, before we endorsed him, asked him numerous times, is there anything we need to know?
So they suspected it.
And he lied to us. All right.
Well, no, Double D, I'll say this. It's probably just a common consensus that that's something they ask. Are there any allegations going to be against you? Is there anyone going to pop up and say, hey, you did this, that, and the third? But the fact of the matter is, why would they think that he's going to tell the truth to him when he knows if he says yes, they're not going to give him their money?
Yeah, no shit. That's for sure. I mean, and honestly, he doesn't want to do political suicide either by, you know what I mean? Because if he had admitted his improprieties, that would have been political suicide even then.
I'll just say,
I feel for this guy because I think I get the feeling he genuinely didn't know that Swallow was a dirtbag.
I don't feel for him. I just think he's a
dummy. Yeah. Fair enough.
You don't lie about that. You don't lie. You don't do it, right?
You guys have been close friends.
Well, why are you a Democrat?
I've known him for the longest time. And I'm going to tell you something that I've never seen him out with women. When he stayed here occasionally, he's never brought a woman here.
Did you suspect this at all?
No! I was blown away. Like, blown away. Like, there's no way I would have endorsed him. It's such a shock. And you know what? With a lot of the phone calls I've had over the last couple days, if you want to be a really good investigative journalist, start investigating everyone in Congress. Because it's a cesspool of the S word.
I kind of agree with him. There's a lot of people in Congress that
disagree.
Investigate.
I'm not disagreeing. I just the way he worded that was just funny. The S word, like, just say a lot of sexual misconduct possibly going on. You could just say allegedly, and you can basically say anything on the news.
Pretty much. But he I mean, I don't know if. Okay, he might be genuinely shocked and surprised, but he had to have heard the rumor somewhere along the line. I mean, maybe not. You know what? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, especially since he wasted his money. I mean, because dude,
you're not lying. He did waste his money.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to throw the money out there, most people don't throw money at people without believing in them. So,
the FCC with you.
Yeah.
And start investigating it. Clean it up. We are customers of the United States. We deserve equal or greater value for our tax dollars. All right?
I agree with that.
Yeah. I was going to say, first say you're mad. I mean,
mad?
Yeah.
I am no longer a Democrat. I'm now a Libertarian Republican. Because that's what a blue dog Democrat used to be. Okay? It's called...
I disagree with that, but...
executing, being accountable, enforcing, respect, responsibility, and results. Knowing what your job description is. Delivering results. Unifying. Making this country great. The great brand we have, okay?
He's sounding like a mega Republican to me. I don't know about you, Double D.
Yeah, he's starting to sound like one for sure. I don't even know why Come on. Has he been under a rock though for the last 15, 20 years?
No, I mean,
it's-
well, let's think about it. Okay, look how long it took Joe Manchin. Look how long it took RFK Jr.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Look how long it took Tulsi Gabbard, right? Then we had MTG kind of flip on us. You know what I mean? So
even I hate to say his name, Bernie Sanders. I mean, he's technically an independent now. He's not even a Democrat anymore.
Yeah, but he's still
with socialist. He's a socialist, though.
He's still with the Democrats. Don't let him fool you. He'll.
Oh no, I didn't say that. I just saying he changed the name. That's all.
Yeah. Democrat's a dino.
He is. He is definitely a dino.
Ryan. I don't know what he is. Whatever he is, he's a independent, a Democrat disguised as an independent. Find the acronym for me. I don't know what it is.
Bottom line is he has an I instead of a D, but he's still not that far away.
Yeah.
Now this guy really does sound more like a MAGA Republican.
It's funny.
He really does, and I'm surprised he didn't.
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Together, please. Yeah. Can we get it together, please? And you know what? When I ran for the governorship, I did because I couldn't find a candidate that was worthy to back. And I thought Eric had the goods.
Oh, you thought wrong, buddy.
He'd tell the truth.
Ooh, I don't know if I would say that publicly.
Do you like any of these other options?
Too early to tell.
Anybody but?
Okay, too early to tell. I met them all. Too early to tell. And, we're past March 31st. Too bad. Otherwise, I'd still be in the race.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I had solutions. I studied the problems. And I know what's best for California because I grew up here.
Oh, shoot.
And I am sad. Save California, please. Save California. We need to be saved.
How's your relationship with Eric? Are you guys still friends?
Eric who?
I like it. It's a good answer. It's a good answer, you know.
That's a brutal answer, but truth.
He's just. It seems like he's just being as honest as he can, and I don't hate him for it. You know, I don't hate him for it.
No, not at all. He's honestly, he should just back Steve Hilton. Seriously.
Yeah, you might be right. I haven't really looked too much into it just because I'm more worried about our governor race.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying California is a big state with a lot of representation, even even as a state. But they have a lot of influence as the governor, and this is a Republicans' opportunity right now to, at the very least, slowly. I mean, the Republicans are never going to take California back. We know that,
right?
But they could feasibly have a Republican governor because Steve Hilton is in the lead.
Right. So, I like it. It's definitely a win for the Republican Party to have somebody like this with this kind of money be a donor, and he doesn't seem to he seems to really care for America. It seems like, and maybe
he does.
It seems like he was bamboozled by the Democratic Party, like most of the people are when they're Democrats and don't realize it. And then when they come to fruition, they're like, "Oh wow, I was lied to about everything that they were telling me." Basically. Not saying the Republican Party's any better. They're all a bunch of liars in Congress, regardless. But, at least Republican values hold truer to American values than these new age liberal, far left, lunatic, progressive Democrats nowadays. These people call us the Nazis, right? But they were the people telling you mask, mask, mask. They were the people telling you if you don't get the jab, you lose your job. These were the same people that were calling for schools to stay closed for 20 million years and let these kids just become dumber and dumber and dumber. It just, the list goes on and on. Right? These people harass us for being Republicans, right? I don't ever go, I've literally been, I don't even want to get into it. I've had so many people say crazy shit to me. It's the funniest thing. But whatever, it's not a big deal.
Bert, they'll harass you just for disagreeing with them. You don't even have to be a Republican or a conservative. if you're look at Bill Maher, look what he's going through right now, dude. They're fucking like,
Yeah.
dude, they're like sharks in the water on that dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not even. I mean, dude, you either toe the line or
Get thrown
they're
off
not
the
going to
line.
throw you, or you're thrown off the line. Yeah, and they call conservative Nazis. That's just I've gotten to the point now where the Nazi, racist, white supremacist, misogynist, all these words now, dude, they've become so fucking meaningless. I mean, honestly, they what does it even mean to call somebody that? Because they call anybody that who disagrees with them.
Right.
And that's all it is. And now this
don't-
guy disagrees with them. I guarantee you, within a week, he's going to be a Nazi, a misogynist, a
They're going to be
racist,
coming
and
for him. Yeah.
homophobe, and transphobe, and every other freaking name you can think of.
Yep.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
And honestly, it's become so generic at this point that it means nothing anyway.
Yeah.
So he did the right thing. He's leaving the Democrat Party for good, and he probably should have did it 20 years ago, honestly.
Right. So my final thought on this is better sooner, like just said a minute ago, better sooner than later. The Democratic Party, regardless of what you want to believe or not, is crumbling. I'm not saying the Republican Party is in any better shape, but it's definitely holds truer values to American values than this far left ideology does and ever will.
Oh, absolutely, dude. The far left ideology is not even American. It's as un-American as it can get. And you think about where the Democrat Party was founded with people like Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
And he had his faults and his flaws, of course, but he loved the country.
Yeah.
There was no denying that he loved America as a country and the whole idea and the foundation and our Constitution. He wrote the Constitution, for fuck's sake. So, well, he wrote the Bill of Rights.
Right.
But you know what I mean. He wrote the first 10 bills in our Constitution, and he wrote the Declaration of Independence. And he was a first Democrat. I mean, he was. So I mean, like he said, the blue dog Democrats are gone. They no longer exist. I've never really been a big supporter of the blue dog Democrat. I've always kind of been a libertarian Republican. I've always believed in laissez-faire, less government, Ronald Reagan, Ron Paul mentality. So even though both of them, were kind of represented by the Republican Party, they were both true constitutional libertarians, and I think this guy is too.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all.
Just took him a long time to figure it out.
Well, welcome to the party. About time.
Yeah, it's about time. Should have made that switch 20 years ago, bub. But hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. So on that note, we're going to end it. First and foremost, I just want to thank God, because without him, none of this is possible. I want to thank Double D. I want to thank the audience, and I want to thank my friends and family.
And Bert, as always, thanks for making the show happen, as you always do. Audience, thank you for sticking around. You're the reason we're the reason, and you know that. And most importantly, I would like to thank the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because without him and without my belief and love for God, I wouldn't be here to give this message anyway. So with all that, good night, y'all.
All right, everybody, have a good one. Peace.